This is Kathy Biehl of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro-Insight for the week of May 11, 2021. It continues to be active in an actually kind of fun way this week with the planet that rules communication and the planet that rules our social interactions now being in happy, chatty, flitty Gemini. Notice plans being made, people interacting more, people getting out of the house more, people running around more. And yet it's not all happening just to enjoy life, although that is actually a valuable component to it. There is a lasting purposefulness to much of what happens this week. And part of that comes from the luscious Taurus new moon, which takes place on the 11th. Taurus is the first earth sign of the zodiac. It is focused on the moment, the here and now, what you can taste, what you can experience through your senses, what you can consume and physically create. The seeds, the intentions, the goals, the wishes that we put energy behind at this new moon have every probability of being concrete from the get-go, practical, completely earthly, however, with an element of the otherworldly, some type of grace or spiritual fairy dust that rains down on whatever is happening here. So this can be incredibly inspired, concrete, practical manifestations, seeds and developments and growth and blossoming that are completely consistent with a higher purpose, a higher way of being. Think of the Ten of Pentacles and the concept of spirituality made manifest on the earth plane. All of which are a lot of words to say. We're building and nurturing all kinds of situations, projects, relationships right now that have growth potential. That can bring comfort, that can bring pleasure, that can bring financial return, that can actually improve our experience of life. So keep that in mind this week. The new moon is exact on the 11th, and it will build for a few days. If you set goals or intentions, make them specific, make them here and now, make them concrete, things that are actually existing tangibly in physical reality. You may have unexpected opportunities to push them forward. You may have doors opening that are outside your norm. There may be invitations to do something just a bit differently that shake up your thinking about how you should approach a matter or floor. And this comes from a sextile or opportunity aspect between Mars and Uranus, which is in effect at the new moon. So this is favorable for unconventional, cutting-edge approaches for doing things in a way that you don't normally, or taking opportunities that you don't normally. All that running around and chatting that I mentioned at the outset, some of that actually brings stability. On the 12th, Mercury, the ruler of our mouths and minds and our feet running around, is in a trine with stabilizing Saturn in Aquarius. You could link with a group, which could be a community effort, or it could involve a virtual or online community or connection. This is an excellent time for important conversations that can be pulled off without a lot of weightiness. This link also facilitates commitments and firming up ideas, firming up projects, firming up connections. Then by the weekend, we start to fly off into the clouds a bit. There are two important Pisces-related developments on the 13th. The first is A sextile or opportunity aspect between the Sun and Neptune, the ruler of Pisces, the cosmic fog machine, the most boundless otherworldly influence in the sky. This invites introspection, listening to guidance, moments of ecstasy, or feeling connected to something far greater than just yourself. It's also an invitation to let up on yourself, to go easier on yourself. In the old words of the subgenius, to give yourself slack. The day also starts a coming attractions trailer of next year with expansive Jupiter moving into his traditional home of Pisces, also on the 13th. He'll stay there until the end of July and then return very late in December. This is a subtle shift, a nuanced taste of things to come. Jupiter in Pisces enhances optimism, faith in something greater than yourself, a higher vision, all kinds of intangibles pouring into your frame of reference as you run around and meet with people and talk with people and tend to your garden. This promises to be an extremely productive week and also a fun one, so have at it. Homing thought of the week: what is growing? Song of the week: Sowing the Seeds of Love by Tears for Fears. And the image of the week is putting the Nine of Pentacles card from the tarot on a vision board. There's more about all this in my forecast for the Taurus new moon, which is already up at my site, empowermentunlimited.net, where you can sign up for my mailing list and book a session with me. I'm Kathy Biehl, a professional astrologer with more than 30 years' experience. Listen to my show Celestial Compass on Om Times Radio. New episodes on the first and third Mondays of the month at 5 p.m. Eastern. I host lively conversation on Facebook at Empowerment Unlimited in the group The Astro-Insight Lounge. I have lots of bonus content at patreon.com/Kathy Biehl, where you can, currently at the $5 level, get access to information about what Jupiter in Pisces means for each sign. And I am really grateful to the people who are supporting my work there. I post on Instagram at @KABiehl and on YouTube at the Professional Aquarian channel. Talk to you next week.